One of the things that get me excited in Warframe is comparing top-notch primary weapons, and today we have a selection of assault rifles, the Prisma Gorgon, my personal favorite, so I'm going to be a little biased, versus the Soma Prime. Now the Soma Prime once upon a time was the weapon to have, period, but more recent times kinda saw it fall from grace. Let's start off with a short stat comparison between these two fantastic weapons. So you guys know, either way you go, you're not gonna be disappointed when it comes to an assault rifle with either of these fantastic weapons. So let's take a look at the accuracy, 28.6 versus 20. So the Soma does have the advantage. From my point of view, it doesn't really matter all that much as none of these weapons are super viable for heavy caliber, but you will have an easier time aiming with the Soma Prime. Critical chance is the same, 30%, but the multiplier is superior on the Soma Prime, 3.0 instead of 2.3. Now that is big because think about it for a second. A quote-unquote standard critical multiplier in Warframe is 2.0, so both of these weapons are above average by a lot. Fire rate is basically the same, but the Soma Prime has a magazine of 200 versus the Prisma Gorgon with 120. Now think about it, 120 is still huge, but it's not as good as the Soma Prime. Reloads, however, a tad on the lengthy side, as you can see, 3 seconds to reload, but again the magazine is awfully huge. The Prisma Gorgon holds the advantage when it comes to status chance, 15% versus 10% on the Soma. And when it comes to damage as well, where from a point of view at least, because the Prisma Gorgon deals more than double the damage of the Soma Prime, but take a look at the layout. The Soma Prime deals primarily slash damage, while the Prisma Gorgon deals primarily impact damage. So bear that one in mind. Now let's compare some builds. We're gonna go for a standard elemental setup, then we're gonna go for a Hunter Munitions bleed build, then we're gonna draw our conclusion. So this would be a quote-unquote standard build for an assault rifle. A corrosive assault rifle, since we're gonna be shooting corrupted heavy gunners. But if you're going down to Fortuna, shoot some corpus, go gas, definitely. Up against the infested, fire is usually more than enough to deal with them. Again, the elemental combo is totally up to you. And the build goes something like this. Damage restoration, multi-shot with split chamber, vigilante armaments, critical chance, critical damage combo with vital sense, point strike. And of course we got 290 mods and 160 mod forming the corrosive. And you might be curious, alright, why 290s and a single 60? This comes back to the issue with the Prisma Gorgon and to the way that IPS works in Warframe. I'm talking about impact, puncture, and slash. Now the physical types have a 4 times greater chance at proccing over elemental types such as corrosive, heat, blast, you name it. That's why I'm using the 290s and one of the 60 mods. I'm trying to get that corrosive up, but even like this, my corrosive value is still not higher than impact times 4, so the proc priority right now is impact, corrosive, and then puncture and slash. That's why I'm going for the 90s in case of the Prisma Gorgon. When we get to the Soma, we're gonna change that up a little bit, at least at the slash build. Let's check really quick to make sure we're not cheating with any Warframe buffs or arcanes, and we're gonna be spawning in Corrupted Heavy Goons level 120. Now this is what I would normally say, but we know that we're going to be getting Weapon Excellence mod slots in the next mainline update, which means we're going to be able to use something like an ammo mutation on our primary weapons for essentially free. And that is huge. In that case, a little bit of future-proofing, shall we? A little bit of future-proofing. What you should do is drop the multi, in the case of the Prisma Gorgon at least, drop the multi-shot, go for Prime Shred if you have it. If you don't have Prime Shred, you can go for the normal version. Fine, let's go for the normal in case you guys don't have it. Again, Corrupted Heavy Goons level 120, and now we got the fire rate, now we got the punch through. It's gonna be a whole lot easier than before. And take a look at the Prisma Gorgon can do. I said it once and I'll say it 1,000 times. The name Gorgon and endgame weapon don't really go in the same sentence, but this is a beautiful weapon. And in all honesty, this is my favorite assault rifle. It doesn't mean it's better than the Soma Prime just because it is my favorite, but I do love it. Take a look. Listen to this beauty. How could you not love that? How could you not love something like that? And the ammo is plenty again, so you can go for even crazier amounts of fire rate like Prime Shred or even more fire rate once we get the Excellence mod slot on weapons. If you're looking for a solid assault rifle from battle, the Prisma Gorgon is 100% worth picking up. And we're going to be talking about Riven mods too, but just a tad later. Now let's grab the Soma. The build on the Soma will be slightly different, but the overall idea is mostly the same. So no, that's not it. Hold on, let's go like this. So as you can see, I'm using 2 of the 60 mods and a single 90 mod because here I don't have the problem with the IPS from earlier, alright? So slash times 4 is not going to be higher than my corrosive value, and neither is impact. So proc priority number 1 is corrosive, followed by slash and puncture, and lastly, thank you, impact. Now, what we can do to tweak this, again, go for shred, future proofing and all whatnot. And we're gonna be dropping, actually, yeah, we're still gonna be dropping vigilante armaments. I need a V symbol, please. Hey, easy, what you guys thought it in there. I have it, I got it, there we go. Now we're gonna have a, wow, I cannot wait to test this like this, hold on. Again, if you got Prime Shred, guys, go for Prime Shred. It's a fantastic experience. So I got 200 bullets in my magazine. Take a look. Now I do have to put a whole lot more bullets into my target simply because while the Soma Prime does fire a whole lot of bullets, they're like little mosquitoes, okay? They don't really do a whole lot of damage, but when you have that many bullets and that kind of fire rate, it doesn't matter anymore. But make sure to make use of the punch through as well as much as you can. It's 1.2 meters worth of punch through isn't that big of a deal, but it is something, right? You are gonna be able to hit multiple targets, and it is a form of AoE. I love playing this. Honestly, I do love playing like this. So this would be a quote-unquote standard build for these assault rifles. Now, that's not the only way to play. That's like the safe way, if you will. But you can also go the slashy way, the Hunter Munitions way. When it comes to the Soma Prime, it offers more flexibility in a slash build than the Prisma Gorgon will offer. We got the same damage, multi-shot with the split chamber, vigilante armaments, critical chance, critical damage, point strike, vital sense, argon scope, bladed rounds, and of course Hunter Munitions. Now, I say this weapon offers a whole lot more flexibility because you can go for the 60-60 mods, form vital damage, which is absolutely beautiful. So let me show you exactly what I mean. You can go rhyme rounds, malignant force, increasing the status chance of the weapon. Instead of argon scope and bladed rounds, we can go like this, and we can go like this. 46.3% shot status chance, and you also have vital on the weapon, and the proc priority number 1 remains to slash in this case. Okay, so that's your still proc priority number 1, so you will be getting slashes from 2 sources. That's why the Soma Prime has the advantage. 1 from Hunter Munitions, and 2nd from the weapon's innate slash value or its status chance. You get it? Hopefully I didn't make that too confusing. If I did, I apologize, but for the sake of being fair and all whatnot, we're gonna use crit slash on both of the weapons. So no rhyme rounds, no malignant force. The performance of the two builds, to be honest, is mostly similar. So you can't really say that one is hugely better than the other. The differences, again, are fairly small. Now where's my bladed rounds, damn it. If you remove mods in the wrong section, you see that my bladed rounds no longer shows up. This is a bug in Warframe, an old bug. What I gotta do is go back in. And now it should show up, the one that is maxed out. See? Old bug, don't worry about it, it's fine. So first up with the Soma Prime, same targets as before. Corrupted Heavy Goons, level 120. Now personally guys, I really dislike Hunter Munitions and slash builds, but they are very powerful, so I gotta show them. There you go. What you want to do with a build such as this is roughly hit a target till about 50%, then watch the slashes and see if they will be finishing off the target. Not only that, but after you get a kill, bladed rounds kicks in. That means higher value slashes. It should go to 650, 660, something like that. Am I right? No, 860. Okay, so the 8 will be on the next tier of crit. By the way, guys, if you still don't understand how critical chance works and critical damage and how these critical tiers work in Warframe, I got a nifty guide for you. Link in the cards right now. When you have time. When you have time. It's like 15 minutes, but should be totally worth the watch. As you can see, a slash build on the Soma Prime is superior, from my point of view, than you going for a standard elemental setup. So if you enjoy the Soma Prime, I would encourage you to try Hunter Munitions, crit slash, or vital slash, depending on your own preferences. The beauty about vital damage is the fact that it's so flexible, it will do decently well in mostly any situation. Corrosive won't do that. Okay, I love corrosive, I'm the corrosive guy, but it's not as flexible as something like vital or slash. Slash always works, for the most part. So, there you go. I think that's enough. Let's switch over to the Prisma Gorgon and see how she handles with a slash build. So many awesome weapons in Warframe, man. I have a hard time picking a weapon every time I want to go up for sortie or anything like that. I mean, I'm gonna use like the Prisma Gorgon, but then I'm not gonna use the Arca Plasmor. What about the Baracore? That's also awesome. Oh man, I love the Boar Prime. That's my like #1 problem with Warframe. There are so many awesome weapons. Prisma Gorgon. Oh, and the Grakata too. I love the Grakata. I know you guys love it too. So, we're gonna go for Hunter Munitions build. It's the same as before. Critical chance 75%. Again, we're looking at the same base of 30%. 5.1x crit multi, so it's lower than the Soma Prime. But again, this thing deals more damage than the Soma because, well, it just deals more damage. There you go. Same targets as before. Level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons. And again, we gotta get a kill to get the value up from bladed rounds, the critical damage value. I'm missing the fire rate, to be honest. On both of these here weapons, I am missing that fantastic fire rate. Alright, that should be enough. And the values of the slashes right now up to 806, if I saw that right. Did I see that right? Yes, 806 without bladed rounds. Let's see it with bladed rounds. There we go, we got our buff up. It should go to over 1,000. Stop running away from me. 1,200 there. Nice. Huge values when it comes to the bleeds. It's normal. Again, it's normal for it to hit harder. 1,272 bleed. And I think that was an orange crit. But you can also get red crits and those should go over 1,500. Like that. Now, when it comes to usability, it should be said that the Prisma Gorgon, this beauty of a weapon, this monster of a weapon, she's a bit jittery. Okay, I can't describe the recoil anyway else. Take a look at the recoil, me trying to keep it on the head of the target. It is a little bit jittery, so if you're suffering from epilepsy or something like that, that might not be the ideal thing to do. So, bear that one in mind. I don't know. I felt like a fair warning is due. I don't have a problem with it. I play a whole lot with this weapon and I don't really have an issue. And as you can see, the damage is definitely there. There's one more thing that we gotta talk about though. Riven mods. Everybody loves Riven mods. Here's the thing. For many players, Riven mods are a form of endgame. Not for me. I don't really care about them that much, but that's a personal thing. The Soma Prime is looking at a Riven Disposition of 0.85. That is 2 out of 5. That is a very low Riven Disposition. That is the point where Rivens are barely worth getting, and only if you get a God Roll. And a God Roll will still cost a lot of plat. Okay, fine, a normal Soma Riven won't cost more than 20-30 plat, but to get it to God status, well, that might cost you a whole lot more. When it comes to the Prisma Gorgon, the Rivens are a bit more expensive than that, and I think that's kind of my fault. Sorry, but the point is, it's got a Riven Disposition of 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 can make fantastic things happen. You guys want to see what 4 out of 5 can do? I got a fantastic Riven, which I want to show off again, because it's one of the few Rivens that I own that are actually mine and are good. Take a look at this, my friends. Oh, baby. Critical damage, critical chance, electricity, minus 117.5 impact. Mwah! I love you. I love you so much. And this is mine. I rolled it. This is totally my Riven. Oh, and by the way, amalgam serration is optional. It's totally up to you. From my point of view, 10% worth of damage for 25% sprint speed. Mwah! Totally worth it. But again, it's an option. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna be spawning in the same Corrupted Heavy Goons level 120. And one more time with a Riven. Take a look at this, guys. This is what this weapon can do with a fantastic Riven. It just chomps through everything. There is no punch through on this weapon, and as you can see, in about 90 bullets, I was able to take out not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Corrupted Heavy Goons level 120. One more time, one more time. For the non-believers, that is 1. I wasted a whole lot of bullets there, 2. And that is 3. And a number 4. Done and done, baby. Done and done. And that's the power of Riven Disposition 4 out of 5. Or better said, a high Riven Disposition. The Soma Prime cannot do that. Even if you were to get like the ideally rolled Soma Riven, it's still not gonna have something like minus 100% puncture. The point with minus IPS on Rivens is to remove them from the proc table. That's the general idea. So it makes room for you to proc whatever you want, not whatever the weapon wants. As for who won this battle, guys, well, if Rivens weren't a thing, then the Soma Prime would. But Rivens are a thing, so in that case, I think it's a pretty close tie between them. From my humble point of view, the Prisma Gorgon takes it for the potential it does have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below, if you guys want to suggest a particular piece of content, review, or versus. In all honesty, I can't exactly guarantee you that it will be done by next time or even within a week, but I can promise you that I will be reading through each and every comment. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. And if you love the content, consider supporting us via Patreon. But until next time, my friends, bye-bye.